Rick Springfield, thank you so much for joining us before you hit Ruth Eckerd Hall for a performance. We appreciate your time.
Sure.
First wanted to ask you, you just got back from Australia.
Yeah.
And it took you like 35 years to go back home after you left a rock star. What took you so long?
It's a long way. It's a very long way back there. I don't know, by the time we were doing world tours in the 80s, and by the time we were done, we just wanted to go home. You know, we'd end up in Japan, and we just wanted to go home. So we never got there, but, you know, I mean, the reaction was great. It was really, you know, I just felt very humbled that they still remembered.
And you've been in the States now for a while, but I can still slightly pick up your Australian accent.
Oh, well, that's because I was back there. Back there drinking Australian beer, it comes out.
What's the best Australian beer to drink?
James Bogue's. It's a Tasmanian beer, as a matter of fact. Yeah, it's awesome.
Okay. I'm going to make sure I remember that.
And don't swim because there's lots of sharks. And don't go in the country because there's lots of dangerous snakes. And everything in Australia kills you.
Yeah, I read that you keep a diary on your website, which I thought was really awesome. And one of the things you wrote about was you can't believe you lived and actually made it through the bush.
I made it through. I used to run through the bushes every day as a kid, bare feet. And there were snakes, poisonous snakes, and poisonous spiders, and lizards that could chomp on you. It was quite a testament to my survivability, I think.
Well, Florida also has its fair share of creepy crawlers, so you should feel at home here.
I do. The scorpions, you mean? And you got some good sharks.
Yes, we do.
I'm going white shark cage diving soon. I was going to go down there, but I'm going to do it off coast of California, where they really need it.
Why?
My kids are grown. I don't need to, you know. I don't need to. They say children make cowards of men. And I know when I had kids, I suddenly sold all the instruments of death, like the motorcycle and the plane, and had a paraplane, and now that they're in college, you know, they're on their way. I can start doing this stuff again.
What do your kids want to do? Do they want to follow in your footsteps?
Not in the shark cage, but they do. My eldest son is going to be. You're going to definitely hear from him, Liam. He's an actor. He's working in kind of the Juilliard of California. It's called CalArts. Walt Disney started the whole college, and he's in his 4th year there, and he's also a great musician. And my youngest son just got into USC, and he's going to do pre-med, so he's going to be a doctor the real way.
My gosh.
Not the cheesy way, like I did.
Don't say that now. Have you enjoyed your return to General Hospital? Doctor?
Yeah, I have actually. Now, when they write stories that are fun and you know, something for an actor to do, it's great. You know, there's so many characters on the show that everyone goes through periods, or a lot of the characters go through periods where they're just kind of in there just to be kind of, so hey, you know, they're still kind of part of the story, you know. But when they write a decent story and you know, and it's got a kind of an arc, and it's a lot of fun to do.
And you're playing 2 characters right now?
Well, I think that arc is kind of over. That was culminated in me actually playing live on the show.
Because you're the lookalike of the character who you don't like, but he's some rock and roll dude that's a jerk, and you had to fill in for him.
Yeah.
Is that essentially the line?
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Very exciting.
Very weird.
Now, you were working at General Hospital in 1981 when you were putting together Working Class Dog, and I read that y'all didn't think it was going to do that great. That's why you took this role in the soap, and then all of a sudden you were everywhere? Yeah,
actually, Working Class Dog was finished, and the record company didn't know what to do with it because it was the end of disco, and ballads were kind of ruling, and there was this kind of pop rock guitar-oriented album, and they said, you know, no one's ever going to play this, so they kept delaying it, and eventually they said, oh, hell, we'll just put it out. And it just happened to be at the time when radio was ready to start playing guitar music again. And at that point, I'd become so disillusioned that they were never going to put the record out, that this gig came up for General Hospital, and I said, you know, I've got to make money somewhere, so I'll join this soap that nobody will ever see. You know, I thought it was like, you know, 60-year-old grandmas at the ironing board. You know, I said, there's no connection between this soap and my music, and no one will ever know, so I'll do it. And then, you know, that summer, Jesse's Girl took off, and General Hospital became the most popular show on television for that summer. It was kind of the golden age of soaps, you know, and it was just serendipity. I mean, it was nothing planned. It was just one of those things.
Now, I wanted to ask, when you left Australia with a #1 hit as a rock star, and you come to LA, and it takes you a while. You go through a couple different record companies. How did the struggles that you went through then affect you and your artistry afterward?
Oh, it gave me great songwriting fodder. Made me very depressive writer, and that's, people love depressive songs. We're all basically depressed, and it's, you can associate with them. It's I don't write happy songs, basically. They're always got some dark edge to them. Jesse's Girl was about
Who is
unrequited
that
love.
hag, and why doesn't she know who you are?
She was hot, man. She was, I split up with those friends before the song even came out, so I don't even know where she is, and
I bet she's kicking herself. I'm just saying.
I still don't think she knows. But I'm sure she's happily married, and good luck to her, and I got a good song out of it, and it was, Don't Talk to Strangers was about my sexual fears and of my girlfriend being, having infidelities and sexual paranoia, and so good songs come out of angst, and all that time between arriving and something actually happening was pretty angst-filled.
Do you think that music is therapeutic for you?
Yeah, very much so, absolutely, 100%. Performing and writing and yeah, absolutely.
And you didn't perform for, what was it, almost a decade before you came back around? Well, we're so glad.
I am
I'm
too.
just being
It saved my life.
I'm just going to speak collectively. We're so glad. But you went through lots of struggles, health struggles, and then you had that accident on the ATV. So, I mean, but your whole life you always are rising above. And what advice do you give to people? Look at what you've been able to accomplish.
Stay alive. Be healthy and stay alive. It's the only chance you got.
What do you think about the young aspiring rock stars of today?
I think I hear great music out there. I'm always, my kids turn me on to a lot of great new stuff. I think rock radio is, in sad shape, and the record industry is toast, and something's gonna, whether it's all gonna be free from now on or what. I mean, musicians need to make, to earn a living. We, made a living when everyone was still buying records, and now we can tour, and unfortunately, most of the only acts that can tour are acts that have a catalog,
Right.
And so how do you build a catalog if there's no radio and no record companies, So it's very, American Idol has been a pretty much a blow to kind of musicians who have worked their way up. Here are these, the talented kids. I'm certainly not saying that, but they, getting pulled out of cocktail waitressing, and suddenly they're the toast of the world, and they have no time to work out what their musical voice is, or what they want to say, or what they want to, what path they want to take. And so they get these guys going, okay, this is the way you need to go. We'll do your hair like this, we'll do this, and you get a lot of lost direction. And I think part of what makes a great singer, a successful singer, and a successful band is the fight on the way up, where they form their voice. Through the trials and tribulations, and so I think that certainly hasn't helped the record industry. But the science fiction book said that in the future we would pick our stars by a game show. So they were right.
Well, what's next for you? Are you going to continue on with General Hospital?
I have a break now while I'm touring, and I just finished recording a Christmas album, which will be out unbelievably at Christmas, and then we're going to go in the studio and cut a new rock record. It'll be out hopefully around May of next year.
And what advice do you have to these young guys that look to you as an icon, that want to follow in your footsteps?
I mean, you don't really follow in someone's footsteps, but, I was always inspired by different musicians, but I certainly didn't follow in their footsteps, I think everyone has their path, and I think you just need to stay on your path. You need to stay in long enough for to get where you're going. I think I certainly know a lot of friends who've thrown in the towel and said, but truly persistence is the only thing that separated me from the group that I was that I came from. And,
that massive talent thing too, right? I
mean, everyone's talented. There's a tons of talent in this country. I mean, honestly, everyone's beautiful, everyone's talented, and it's really just, obviously, it's a degree of luck. I mean, I had a song that I'd written at the time that everyone was ready to hear, and I believe that songs are gifted to you too. In a way, I don't believe it all comes from my massive talent as a songwriter. I think it just comes through. I'm there to receive it, you know, and I, you know, truly, I mean, the final answer is just persevere, never give up. I tell my kids the 3 most important things: never give up, never give up, never give up.
Didn't Winston Churchill say that too?
I think when he was dead before I was born, but I did hear him say something like that.
Well, you look fantastic. We thank you
Thank
for
you.
your time, Rick Springfield. Good luck with everything.
Thank
Thank
you.
you so much.